Yeah, you right. I'm not talking about the program. I'm talking about LSU. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday. 2 big hours coming your way, 4 to 6 p.m. I bet our in-house sports expert, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, will be chiming in a little bit over the next 2 hours. He's literally bouncing in his chair right now. I asked him if he had caffeine or something in his system. He said, no, it's just Coach O. That's all he said. That's all he said.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
Coach O, no, is back at LSU. We'll fill you in on all those details. I'm not kidding you either. 81 degrees and some sprinkles out there. A little drizzly. Nothing major, but kind of enough, I guess, to screw up some things if you're planning to go outside, but maybe not. I don't know. If I was heading to the hunting camp or the fishing hole or trying to get in some tennis or 9 holes of golf or something, go to the driving range, I would be heading in that direction. I would call City Park, speaking of the new driving range that opened on Tuesday. I would call them to make sure it's open. That grass gets wet, gets soaked. They're not going to want balls, plugging in their brand new facility. They may have closed it for the afternoon. Who knows? Yeah, if you're heading home, be careful. Roads are a little wet, slick-ish. Mario, you know the drill on wet roads, huh? Slickest when it first starts raining. You know that deal?
Yes, that's what I heard.
Like oils and dirts, I guess, come off the road before the rain washes them to the side.
Yes, got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful when it just starts raining. When the roads are barely wet, that's the worst. When they're pretty soaked, much better gription. We're just making up words now. Better gription with the tires than when it's just barely wet. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser is going on. Pretty simple. We're trying to save cats and dogs, kittens and puppies. The radio listening audience, the television and social media viewing audience, it's up to you to donate. It's the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. This audience donating to try to raise $15,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. You donate by going to their website, humanela.org. I'm not involved. I'm not taking any money. It goes straight to them where it should go. And it goes straight to the animals, like 96, 97 cents of every dollar to cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, horses and goats. They're saving all kinds of animals. humanela.org. Go to that website. Top banner up at the top of the page, you'll see Humane May. And me laying there with Blue Boy on the sofa under a blanket. Click on that and donate. And please donate generously. We are way short of our goal of $15,000. And we got a week and a half to hit that goal. I mean, the 31st of May is a week from this Sunday. So, I mean, in theory, this fundraiser ends a week from tomorrow in 8 days. Because when we come back on the air, it'll be June. So please go to that website right now and donate something. $10 on your credit card, your debit card. You can afford it, and you're literally going to save animals from suffering. Don't rely on someone else to do it. We need you to do it. humanela.org. I really, really need your help so we can hit this goal. Jeff Dorson needs your help. That volunteer-laden group, the Humane Society of Louisiana, needs your help. Yeah, they're the ones going down into St. Bernard and going to help those 37 dogs that were caught inside the house, 10 dogs outside the house, chickens, parrots, ferrets, horses, 5 of them, a pony, at least 5 horses. No, lady arrested, cruelty to animals, a lot of these animals on the brink of dying. Jeff Dorson, Humane Society of Louisiana, going in there like they do every day, every week, every month, every year for 35 plus years. Helping Louisiana do a better job, put a better face on how we don't do too well with animals, how we treat animals. We're not too good at it. humanela.org. is the website. Please go to it and donate right now. Hey, Art and Eyes on Magazine, where I got these prescription frames, where they have 4,000 frames to choose from, hundreds and hundreds of sunglasses to choose from, independent designers, nothing made in China, nothing from Luxottica, designer brands. Right now, they've got 20, 30, 40, 50% off. And they've got $99 frames. They went through all 4,000 plus frames in the store, and they just started putting some in a basket. And they've got hundreds and hundreds of frames priced anywhere from a few $100s to over $1,000 just for the frames. 99 bucks. $99. Get to Art and Eyes on Magazine if you need a great pair of sunglasses for summer, or if you wear prescription eyewear. If you go to Art and Eyes to pick up your glasses, you'll go nowhere else. You're going to touch, feel, see these frames, see the high quality. Unique is you. No one else wearing it but you. Yeah, don't go spend hundreds of dollars at the mall or some chain store from around the country, or worse, order online before you even touch it, feel it, put it on your face. You need prescription eyewear. You need sunglasses. Over 4,000 frames on sale, 20, 30, 40, 50% off of many, and some $99. A tremendous sale going on right now at Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Coach, oh no. Coach Ed Ogeron back at LSU in Baton Rouge. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, joins us. He's giddy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. You know, he's has a position that's going to be specialized in recruiting and working with the D-line, not technically on the staff, but, you know, giving his input. I think it's good. You know, the fan base seems to be, for the most part, pretty happy about it. And it's a pretty informal thing, limited responsibility. But, yeah, you know, I have great respect for that man. I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I think on social media, at least those that are participating, what do you think, Mario? 4 out of 5 like the move?
Oh, yeah.
Is that fair? Or you think it's more than that? You think it's 9 to 10?
Possibly even more. Yeah, like 8 out of 10 or something. No, there's a lot of people that, for whatever reason, hold more resentment for the last 2 years than gratitude for the first 3 years. There is a little bit of that, but for the most part, it's positive.
Well, I don't know if it. I think a lot of fans that scrutinize it that don't like him. I don't know if you could say the first 3 years were great and it's the last 2. I think they look at the first 2 kind of a continuation of what was going on. That 2019, you know, if it's a 10-star, that's a 50-star. I mean, that's maybe the great. I don't think maybe. I think it's the greatest college football team of all time. I think you think the same thing.
100%. I think you make a really good point. I think about Les Miles being underappreciated. I think it's kind of a more extreme version of that. Like, Les's star burned for a longer time, but Ed's star burned brighter, if that makes sense. You know,
well, at least locally, it's the Cajun boy who done good. I mean, you would argue Miles's star was brighter. He won a national title, played for another one.
Yeah,
you know, achieved more. But Ogeron is the local Cajun boy, bleeds purple and gold kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think as more time has passed, more people do appreciate Les Miles. And every coach except for Brian Kelly out of the last 4 coaches is, for the most part, pretty revered. Like, if Les were to come back as like an offensive line assistant analyst, I think most people would be happy.
I wonder if Brian Kelly will ever be liked because of the Heisman Trophy, in time, Mario, 20 years from now. Because of look at Les Miles, like you're saying, he's starting to be appreciated a little bit more. You know, when people really look at it, you're seeing all these clips of these teams from pretty much from 07 to 2014, 2015, they were ridiculously good.
100%.
So you see all these clips of these teams and the players in the NFL and leading the college and putting players in the NFL. Miles could recruit all that. So people are respecting that more. I'm just wondering if like Brian Kelly will ever be Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, that kind of thing. Will there ever be any kind of respect at all?
I think only if Lane Kiffin does poorly. That's the only way that would happen. Because at the end of the day, he did not live up to the standard. Like Les, Saban, all champions, and they're expecting Lane Kiffin to do the same thing. Brian Kelly, LSU fans are hoping, is kind of the anomaly there.
Coach Oh No is back in Baton Rouge. Mario Brothers loves the move. I don't care really either way. I wouldn't have done the move personally. I don't see the real benefit in it. I'm kind of, Mario's in that majority group, beloved by many Tiger fans, and understandably so. I'm sort of in that latter group. Others think his time has passed, maybe. But we'll talk more about it. We'll get more of Mario Brothers, aka Latin X's take. And by the way, he's fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. If you'd like to give your take, the little things, Mayor Helena Moreno announces another initiative. More of the little things that add up to New Orleans being a normal city. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Been putting off some much-needed painting? Now is the time to book your project. During the CertaPro Painter Spring Sales event, get 10% off any home painting project of $2,500 or more when you schedule before May 15th. We are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
I have Corey Johnson on the radio. Sometimes he makes sense, so listen to his show.
I got mangoes, I got peaches and plums, I got eggplants.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us. 81 and a little drizzle action out there. Humane May fundraiser going on as we speak. Please go to the website and donate it. We're trying to raise $15,000 and save some animals. HumaneLA.org. Art and Eyes on Magazine having a huge sale right now on prescription eye frames, eyewear, and sunglasses. Thousands of choices. Google them. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Coach O is back in Baton Rouge. Coach Ogeron, hired by Lane Kiffin. I'm not kidding. An 8-month, $100,000 deal. Beloved by many Tiger fans. Others think his time has passed. What do you say? 766-9480. 766-9480. My guesstimation, about 4 out of 5 Tiger fans on social media. This isn't scientific. I think that it would be a little less if it were scientific. I think it would be a majority of Tiger fans probably like the move, but I think it would be a lot closer to 50-50 than what we see on social media, where it's like 4 out of 5 love the move. Maybe 2/3 like it, 1/3 don't. If you polled Tiger fans, which is irrelevant. It's Lane Kiffin's choice. LSU backs him up. Coach Ogeron, not like a official position. He's going to assist in recruiting, assist coaching the D-line. LSU has a defensive line coach on Lane Kiffin's staff, and LSU has an assistant defensive line coach on Lane Kiffin's staff. And LSU has a recruiting coordinator on Lane Kiffin's staff. Hey, Mario, let me ask you this real quick. A decade ago, going back, I would say Ed Ogeron, one of the premier recruiters in college football, like Frank Wilson, just like Frank Wilson. And today I would say Ed Ogeron and Frank Wilson are good recruiters, but they're not the best in college football. I still think they're good. I'm not saying they can't recruit. I'm just saying they were elite, I guess, back in their day, and I don't know if their day is still there. I'm not saying they can't recruit. Is that a fair criticism? Or you're like, no, Corey, Frank Wilson, and especially at Ogeron, are still elite college football recruiters. What do you think?
That's reasonable just because he's been out of coaching for 5 years. I mean, you have to acknowledge that fact. He has not been coaching on this level or on any level the last 5 years. So it's reasonable. But I think he's in more of a specific role. Like, he has a lot of relationships with coaches in high school.
Yeah.
States.
I don't think it's going to be him like sitting in the den necessarily, unless that's what that requires, because there's a connection or something like that.
For sure. And at the end of the day, especially for kids locally, if they're getting recruited right now at 17, 18, when Coach O was doing his thing in his prime, these are like 12 and 13-year-old LSU fans probably watching him. So having him in the room, I think, can't hurt. And like you said, I don't think he'll step on anybody's toes.
Is this Lane Kiffin tossing a bone to his buddy so he can get a job eventually somewhere else, like a D-line job somewhere else? I mean, Lane Kiffin could have hired him as D-line coach. Tulane could have hired him. John Sumrall had a lot of experience with him, could have hired him at Florida. I don't think he got a lot of nibbles, college or pro-wise. Maybe it was all that social media stuff the last year he was doing. I have no idea, Mario, but is Lane Kiffin maybe tossing him a bone? He's got a gig at LSU. He's working in college football, and, phone calls happen, coaching openings happen. Hey, Lane, should I hire this guy as my D-line coach? Is that what you think? He's helping his buddy?
I think he's doing a responsible thing and helping his buddy in the process, because it's low risk and it could still be very beneficial for Coach O and obviously for LSU as a program. So
like Lane Kiffin's like no lose here.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, if he were making him the defensive line coach, I think you'd have a really reasonable argument. But this is just a position that does not have a lot of responsibility, but maybe through the bad channels in ways we don't see, it can be beneficial. It's
kind of like some places have like a glue that hold things together. Not that he'd be the glue, but my point is, you can just utilize him for specialty things that you think he can benefit you. And you don't have he doesn't have any full responsibility. Like, you're coaching the D-line. You have to go on these recruiting trips.
For sure. Has to be the first ever championship winning coach to work both for the coach that preceded him and one of the coaches that followed him. Like that, I don't think
that's a weird one.
That's never happened before.
No, it's a strange one. It is.
Yeah, but clearly he would never work for Brian Kelly, but he would work for Lane Kiffin. There's a lot of mutual respect there.
And then all this stuff, I mean, I guess it's going away. Maybe it's going to rear its ugly head again. All the sexual harassment stuff, all of that. I mean, LSU, when you're hiring Will Wade back, I don't think you're worried about anything right now. LSU's like, I mean, I'm not saying they're not worried about anything. I think they feel they have all their bases covered and they're out to win at any cost right now.
Exactly. And this is not a moral conversation, obviously, but in terms of legality, all the Will Wade stuff is settled, and Coach O was acquitted on that case as well. So, yeah, legally, it's not a problem.
Coupled with the NCAA right now is the wild, wild west.
I mean, yeah.
It's like you're kind of making rules on the fly. You want to go up against the limit of the rules because there's so much flexibility right now and unknown.
Exactly. And that's honestly where I think Coach O will help here. Like, you and some people may think it's cheesy, but he was there before the NIL stuff. Like, college football is such a business now, and it's not a criticism on the players. Like, they have to look out for themselves, but tell the truth Tuesday, like the team being together. I think some of that stuff actually can help LSU right now.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the stuff that sort of sent him sideways. The handling of the Black Lives Matter thing was the beginning. And then I think, Mario, I think like 7th, 8th grade, Tell the Truth Tuesday works. I think high school, college, after a while, that sort of stuff gets corny. And these kids are like, I don't know. They're a little more mature today, I think, than they were when we were younger, we love that kind of stuff.
Exactly. It worked until it didn't, but Joe Burrow wouldn't say that was cheesy.
Oh, no,
Devin White wouldn't say that was cheesy.
I used to have Joe Burrow's dad on the program. We'd be on your side times 10.
Yeah, the players actually
He'd be like, Corey Johnson, you're crazy. Ed Ogeron did a great job.
I had conversations about this with Drew Brees too, that his little pregame chants were cheesy. I'm like, okay, it wasn't cheesy when they were 13-0.
No, I remember watching Peyton Manning at Newman. Peyton Manning. And he would go back and he'd hand off and then fake like a pitch and all this. I'm like, I'd sit there and go, this kid's a sophomore. No high school kids going for the fake.
Yes.
I mean, that's like an advanced level. That's NFL, college, These high school kids aren't going for that. And then I realize he's auditioning for college and pro. He's practicing. He's doing everything right that an NFL quarterback's supposed to do. Yeah, Breeze going through the motions. Yeah, he's bored at home, and he went to the facility by himself one night to go through all the motions. Yeah, some of those stories are crazy about Breeze. By himself at the facility, going through the first 15 plays that are going to be called in the game with no one there.
Yeah, he was special. I broadcast some of his games.
Yeah, he was. Hey, Trey Yen special in Mandeville on the North Shore. You cross the causeway, immediately on your left, Trey Yen. I've been to Trey Yen probably 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks. 22 minutes across the bridge. It's easy. If I make a phone call, I'm already there. Sometimes I'm like, gotta go. I'm in the parking lot at Trey Yen. Sitting in the parking lot at Trey Yen, finishing up a phone call. Some folks that lake, the bridge, oh gosh, you think it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, all that. It's like a lot of you are tooling across town, going to the West Bank, going out to Kenner, West Bank coming into the city, Kenner coming into the city, New Orleans East coming into the city. What's the big deal? 22 minutes, not 25, not 30, 22 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center to the front door at Trey Yen in Mandeville. And the tung cho sauce, their signature sauce, sweet and spicy, fantastic. The whole speckled trout, the whole flounder, deboned, head and tail intact, flash fried. You get both fillets of that local fresh speckled trout, that local fresh flounder. Absolutely fantastic. Trey Yen, soft shell crabs, fresh local crawfish tails. It's not Chinese food. It's Chinese cuisine. Get there tonight. Trey Yen in Mandeville. I might go there tonight. I love that place. The little things. Helena Moreno, those first 100 days, the little things were important. We're going to fix the roads, the potholes. We're going to, turn on the lights. And now the latest little thing initiative. These are things that make a place normal. Mayor Helena Moreno announced a 2-phase plan to modernize New Orleans traffic signals. Wow, amazing. Phase 1, I think this is smart, picking out like 25 to 40 of the worst intersections. The traffic signals or lights that are in the most need of repair or replacement. 25 to 40. And then phase 2 is modernizing GPS, synchronization. Dare I say it, synchronization? Mario, when you turn off of Claiborne's onto Napoleon, like the green light on, like if you're going towards downtown on Claiborne, say you're coming out of Jefferson Avenue heading towards Napoleon, you want the Napoleon light to turn green around then. So if you're approaching Napoleon and that light's been green for about 10 or 15 seconds, it's closer to turning yellow than when it was red. You see what I'm saying? You turn right on Napoleon, you can make the run doing about, you got to do a little more than the speed limit. The speed limit on Napoleon's 35. You got to do about 40, 39. All right, you want to put me in jail for that? Go ahead.
Got to time it just
But
right.
you will make every light. Like the Magnolia light right there, those first 2 lights, those are terrible. The ones right by hospital, by Oxnard right there on Napoleon, they don't even need to be there. The one at like Magnolia, and I forget the other street, Liberty, whatever it is. So those 2 you make, and then you make Ferret, and then you make St. Charles, Britannia, and Magazine. And I mean, you go from Claiborne's to Magazine in no time. You know, I've done the like Domalices to Claiborne down Jefferson gimmick. You get behind, you know, Uptown Mommy in that Suburban doing 18 miles an hour. It could take you almost 10 minutes from Magazine to Claiborne on Jefferson. The other day I did it, no one in front of me. All the lights turned green when I got to them. I made it through there in about 3 or 4 minutes, like half the time. Now, it's painful in Uptown, man. You get in those one-lane streets, you get behind someone who's driving SLOW. Yikes.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
Yes, I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
You know, body language tells you a lot about what a person's thinking. For instance, that means she has an interest in the finer things in life.
The Neutral Ground with Corey
That
Johnson.
means she also wants a little fun in her life, but only with the right man.
Corey Johnson.
Now she's pouring a Colt 45, and we all know what that means.
Yeah, you right.
Mind if I join you?
You must have read my mind.
Something like that.
The power of Colt 45. It works every time.
It's getting kind of toasty out there. This rain's saving us, to be honest with you. But it's almost like monsoon season, man. Like the next 10 days, which is about 2 weeks straight now, just rain in the forecast every single day. Greek Fest is this weekend. Greek Fest cranks up, I think, 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Then they go all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Out there on Bayou St. John at Allen Toussaint. Bayou St. John, Wisner and Allen Toussaint, St. Bernard Avenue and Allen Toussaint, the Greek Church. Greek Fest 2026 cranks up tomorrow. No, you want them to have great weather. You don't want them to get any rain. You want it to be very successful, just like Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, these people that put on these festivals. I don't care what it is, Tomato Fest, Petroleum Fest. It's a year-long planning. And then the weeks leading up to it, just a lot of stuff getting done. And then rain can crush it. You know, they can lose a lot of money instead of making money. So let's hope the weather holds out. Anyway, it's getting warm out there. It's getting hot. Your AC better be working right. Total Maintenance is there for you in Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, in Metro Baton Rouge, from Port Allen to Prairieville to Gonzales. Total Maintenance is there. Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys come when you need them service. That means service right now. Lucas says it best. No customers, only clients. A relationship for life. Honest and fair, taking care of you. Incapable of cheating you, screwing you around. Over 30 trucks, 30 techs. They're going to diagnose it right away the first time. And they're going to get your AC working right quickly. If you need air conditioning help, daytime, nighttime, weekday, weekend, overnight, or holiday, Total Maintenance is there. If you need AC help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, tm-ac.com. tm-ac.com. That's Total Maintenance. Corey Johnson with you. Mario Brothers peed in his pants earlier. Coach Ed Ogeron rehired in Baton Rouge. He's one of the giddy ones. Many are giddy. A lot of Tiger fans love Coach O. Beloved. I would say there are a third of Tiger fans that absolutely love the guy, that would basically want him to be head coach again. Then I think there's about a third of Tiger fans that are like me. They're like, love 2019. Really don't see a need for him to be around the program. And then I think there's a third of Tiger fans that like Coach O and, you know, glad to see him back. So 2 out of 3, I think, are a go on Coach O. Mario B?
I think it's convenient timing for the LSU baseball team, too.
Oh, boy. Yeah, what, this is the war in Iran to distract from Epstein?
Basically.
Baseball sucks, so hire Coach O to distract.
I was listening to the radio broadcast. They announced it during the game, which I thought was really funny.
No one's thinking anymore where they lost to Auburn after beating
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
and they hung tough, honestly. They showed some heart. They had the bases loaded, I think, towards the end there. But I just think it's funny how it kind of bails them out. Like, nobody is talking about the game, their season being over. They're really –
I know. It just ended, and now you got Ogeron thing, and it's over. There's no postseason.
Exactly.
The LSU baseball season is over.
Yeah,
there's not another game.
Worst season they've had in like a long time.
I mean, I think it's the first time they missed the postseason. I want to say since someone said 2012.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, and I would. This is one of the worst seasons, I'd say, like in the last 20, 30 years. I mean, you may have to go back to when I was at LSU. Like Skip Burtman's first year or two. I don't know. Those were even better. They were just 400 or 500 people at the box.
No, just weird. Just no pun intended. Just a total swing and a miss because they were ranked number 2 in the preseason
come on.
poll.
And they don't even make the 64-team tournament?
Yeah, and you had some bad luck. Like Jay Brown was out for the season, one of their better players, but they still had like a really high ranked recruiting class and transfer portal class.
Yeah,
And
no, this was a failure in coaching evaluation. Jay Johnson, you win 2 out of 3 national titles the last 3 years. It doesn't matter.
he's human, LSU legend already. I think he'll turn it around and get more championships, but he is human.
Yeah, no, they're going to go spend a blank pile of money and go get the best recruiting class and restock, reload, and we'll be a top 10 team probably next year. I wouldn't bet against them next year.
Yeah, no, they'll be okay. They'll be right back in Omaha.
They'll be right back where they're supposed to be. Might be in Omaha next year. I wouldn't bet against that.
Exactly. No, Jay Johnson's still the man. He'll get it turned around.
Yeah. You don't win 2 out of 3 national titles if you don't know what you're doing. But that's funny, Mario. It's the Iran Epstein thing, huh?
Yes, literally.
Go invade Iran when the Epstein file things are heating up. Go hire Coach O the day you get crushed by Auburn.
Yep, good PR
Not
work.
crushed, but eliminated. Your season ends. No more baseball for LSU.
The worst season in many years.
Yeah, that's just weird. I mean, right now the SEC tournament's going on, and LSU baseball will not play another baseball game until next season.
Yeah, that is wild. I mean, for sports shows too, like that's normally really convenient to talk about in this time of year, but now you pretty much have nothing until football season.
They're not hosting a regional? No. Which regional are they going to? No, they're not going to the postseason. That doesn't make sense. Crazy. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning, that makes sense, especially if you're tired of your dry cleaner. Want to experience the best? Young'sDryCleaning.com. Walk-up locations, free pickup and delivery, even manless locker locations scattered all over the metro. To find out more, Young'sDryCleaning.com. Experience the best. 86 years of excellence since 1940. They must be doing something right. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Yeah, you right. Yeah, Mario Brothers. Not too many streets that are synchronized lights in New Orleans. The opposite. It's aggravating. I mean, boy, you want to know what is an aggravating street? Try going from like the River Bend to the lakefront down Carrollton and Wisner. There ain't a light synchronized on that entire street. It is mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. I mean, Carrollton, you're going to catch the Oak Street light. You're going to catch the Claiborne light. You're going to probably catch the light at Walmsley. You're going to probably catch the light at Earhart after that. You're going to probably catch the light at Irado after that. And then the one at Palmetto. And then the one at Tulane. And then the one at, I guess it's Irado after Tulane. What's the street by Five Crappiness? I forget the name of it. You catch that light by Five Crappiness. I think that IHOP closed, by the way. Right there. No, the lights after that get ridiculous. Like by Jesuit, Banks and Carrollton. It's like almost as long for the Banks light green as it is Carrollton. It's crazy. Same thing going back by like Walmsley. Way too long for Walmsley green and Carrollton red. Way too long for the turning arrow. That light's crazy. Bienville and Carrollton. By all the shopping centers, Banks and Carrollton, by Jesuit. Way too long. Green on Banks, green on Bienville. It's crazy. It's like 5 cars pass and there's like 40 on Carrollton. You'll catch the Orleans light. You'll catch City Park. You might catch right by Esplanade. You'll catch by DeSay, Harrison, Fillmore, Allen, Tucson. I know every damn light because I catch them all the time. My brother lives out by the lakefront. I live by the River Bend. So that I grew up by the lakefront. I have traversed that Wisner-Carrollton corridor as many times as anyone the last half century in New Orleans. And the lights are nowhere near synchronized, coupled with several of them are way too long the other way on the wrong street. You know what is a painful? Do you ever catch Claiborne at Leonidas? Leonidas is 1 lane in each direction. Claiborne is 3 in each direction. So Leonidas is 2 lanes and Claiborne is 6. Yes, Claiborne should be 3 times longer green light than Leonidas. Pretty simple. And they're like 50-50. Mario, are you a fan of the long traffic lights? I don't mind them, to be honest. And I'm not talking like airline at Clearview long, where it's you got to wait for 6 signals, not just airline and Clearview, but turning left, turning right, all this other crap. I mean, like, have you been to Claiborne and Carrollton? The lights like almost a minute in each direction.
Yeah, no, I mean, give and take.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, it helps you when it's green, obviously.
Exactly. And it's green for a long time. And when you catch it, you put the car in park and chill out for 45, 50 seconds. It's long.
Yeah, it's part of it. I don't really mind it either, honestly.
But now the opposite, though, like Clearview and airline needs a friggin' overpass. Well, you catch that light, it could be like 90 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no, that's with the lanes. Yeah, that's terrible.
Now, have you ever caught, this might be the longest light in the city, Mario, but it's only at night. Coming down Causeway towards River Road, have you ever caught the light at Jefferson Avenue, at Jefferson Highway by the Popeyes?
Oh, yeah.
Going towards the Popeyes, like you'd be looking at the Popeyes.
Yes, I know exactly.
You're going towards the river.
Yes.
At night, that light is like a minute and a half red on Causeway.
Yeah.
And no one's on Jefferson Highway.
I imagine. I'm only there in the daytime, and it's bad
No, the
enough.
day it's pretty quick, but still it backs up during the day.
No, it does.
But at night, it's crazy. I shot a video of it. I'll do it again. I'm often there at night. But that light is green on Causeway for about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's red for about a minute and a half. And I'm not kidding. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I feel there's a lot of nails in that stretch of highway, like right there, Jefferson Highway, crossing over.
What's up with you and nails and screws, Mario? The parking lot here at the facility, at the Buddy Deliberto Total Maintenance Studios, you were parking away. You were like worried about screws and nails.
For that reason, man, because not far from here, I've gotten multiple of them. Not cool.
Wow.
Yep.
Knock on wood. That's the worst. I need a new windshield. I mean, that's just, how many people have a cracked windshield?
A lot.
I mean, so many rocks and crap on the road. I don't know. We don't clean our streets. I don't think that's an everywhere USA problem.
Dude, yes, and I don't know where they're coming from. I'm like, there's no truck with gravel in front of
No,
me.
it's broken up streets. It's not like we're rebuilding roads, broken up streets.
No, I'm glad you said that.
And then lots of shells on the side and crap like that.
Yeah, that happens too much. It's scary.
Way too much. I put a new windshield on my car probably like every other year.
Man.
It's crazy. You know what is absolutely incredible? Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. It's Thursday night. We're heading towards the weekend. You're looking for something absolutely outstanding for dinner? Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. I talk about this crab meat St. Francis appetizer because it's one of the most delicious things you'll ever eat in your life. If you love fresh Louisiana jumbo lump crab meat, get to Gallagher's 527 tonight and order the crab meat St. Francis appetizer. So good. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, The NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
Been putting off some much-needed painting? Now is the time to book your project. During the CertaPro Painter Spring Sales event, get 10% off any home painting project of $2,500 or more when you schedule before May 15th.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
If it's a weekday afternoon in New Orleans, it's got to be
It's a party every week, baby. Check it out.
Corey Johnson.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. Best quality, best price, best selection. I must be talking about Rouse's Markets. They've been at it over 65 years in South Louisiana and now beyond. From Lake Charles to South Alabama up to Hattiesburg. They're everywhere. Over 75 locations. It's crawfish season. Crawfish live by the sack. Rouse's Markets. Crawfish hot from the pot, ready to eat. Rouse's Markets. When it's crawfish season in South Louisiana, it's like king cakes and Mardi Gras. Rouse's Markets. 81 and some sprinkles out there. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Their big sale going on now. 20, 30, 40, even 50% off. And many frames like over $100, $99. Some of these frames that are $99 that they've selected range in price from a few $100s to over $1,000 just for the frames. They're $99. Highest quality, nothing from China, no Luxottica, independent designers. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them before you get sunglasses or eyewear anywhere else. Don't waste your money. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. Our Humane May fundraiser going on right now. For the entire month of May, we're trying to raise $15,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. We basically have 8 days left. May 31st, the end of the month, is a week from this Sunday. So next Friday's show, a week from tomorrow, we're done for the fundraiser. And we're nowhere near $15,000, not even close. We've raised a few $1,000. We've got a long, long way to go. We desperately need you to donate right now. $10, $20, $100, whatever you can afford. Jeff Dorson and his crew, mostly volunteers. All they do is save animals from suffering, save animals' lives. Like earlier this week, St. Bernard Parish, a woman arrested, aggravated cruelty to animal charges. 37 dogs inside her house. 10 dogs outside, chickens, parrots, ferrets, at least 5 horses, and a pony. Jeff Dorson and his crew of volunteers have been down there. Jeff Dorson today in Baton Rouge at the Capitol. He doesn't stop. He's been doing it for 35 plus years. He deserves our respect and support. HumaneLA.org. Please donate. Jeff joins us live on the program right now from the Capitol. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, brother, I'm on my way back. Yeah, luckily today was a good day, and I can't always say that. A lot of times bills for wildlife, we don't get what we want, because wildlife isn't really considered a high priority for anybody except us, people who care. But we have two champions, Lauren Ventrilla and Brett Guyman. Brett's a good friend of mine. He's an animal rescuer, and they want to do more to help wildlife, because they don't take it seriously. But these two people have really upped their game, and things are changing for the better. White-tailed deer. When fawns became separated from their mother, or the mother died, or something happened, and you started taking care of this baby deer, and Wildlife and Fisheries would hear about it, guess what do you think would happen?
They'd come seize the deer because you're not supposed to be rehabbing it.
Correct. And it was heartbreaking. There were two incidents last year. A baby fawn going door to door because she separated from her mother, dehydrated, confused, hungry. Somebody took her in. Wildlife and Fisheries knocked on her door a few days later, took the deer and euthanized it. They didn't want it to become acclimated to humans. They didn't want tame deer running around. Well, guess what? Not everybody agrees with that. We agreed to help them on their way and then release them. So luckily, this bill by Lauren Ventrilla does exactly that. And Wildlife and Fisheries is changing their tune. They were not opposed to the bill. They're actually working with us and Lauren. So it's a good day.
Wow. That's amazing progress, Jeff. Congratulations.
Well, we're just part of it, but I'm delighted. And hopefully the governor, who's a big hunter, will see fit to sign it and just leave little deer alone that need help.
Yep.
We're not talking about thousands, a few here and there, but let's at least give them a chance.
What about the prison thing, having the prisons and detention centers kind of double down as shelters for animals in these parishes that need them?
Yep, we have 10 Pals Inc. at Dixon Correctional. It's a lovely program. We wrote to the governor, sent him pictures, asking for his support. Take it to every prison. It's cost effective. You got inmates who are dying to be around dogs
Yep.
and cats.
Calms the prisoners down.
Yep. All of it. And saves a lot of money. The land is already there. It's secure. Who's going to break into a prison to steal some pit bulls? Nobody.
Yep.
It makes perfect sense. So we got to get to the governor. Have him. He's a reasonable guy on a lot of issues. Let him see how his money can be spent in a really great way. Great return.
Yep. Especially since we suck at all of that in Louisiana and New Orleans.
Yep. And you're right about Humane May. I don't know what happened. We usually are about 8,000 in already. We're half that at best. So I'll be on the phone tomorrow. I'm hoarse from talking to legislators, but trust me, if you're on my list, you'll hear from me. Just 5 or 10, it adds up, and we got a ways to go.
Yep. Next week, I'm going to pound it hard, Jeff. Hey, what a sad story in St. Bernard. This woman, animal cruelty, 37 dogs inside the house, Jeff. How is that humanly possible?
Well, stacking them together, small dogs. The place was filthy. It hadn't been cleaned in probably 10 or 20 years. She's mentally ill, if I may say that. She's not all right. And yet, shame on the parish. They got complaints on that address for probably 10 years.
Wow.
And kept minimizing it and telling people it's not that bad. Well, guess what? The people almost had a riot. They said, yes, it is. Let's do something. They got a search warrant. I was there the day after. Complete chaos.
All right, so there are 47 dogs. How many have you guys seized?
Well, everybody's gone off the property. We divided them up between different humane societies because nobody could accept 47. A lot of them needed vet care. The vet on site said some were really emaciated, covered with fleas, poorly taken care of. So
sickening.
Good for the parish. They're just 10 years late.
Chickens, parrots, ferrets, at least 5 horses, right?
Correct. And the living conditions, Corey, were abominable. She had dilapidated 2x4s standing up for sheds and stalls and rotting wood everywhere. Just a mess. And so, yeah, she deserves what she got.
Yep. HumaneLA.org is the website. Let's help Jeff and the Humane Society of Louisiana. Let's help animals. HumaneLA.org. Thank you, Jeff.
Anytime, Corey, you're my buddy.
That's Blue Boy saying go to the website and donate right now. HumaneLA.org. 5 o'clock power hour next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the fence man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the fence man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see. What about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
For over 30 years, CertaPro painters have been part of countless memories. Freshly painted nurseries, bright, welcoming kitchens, family rooms filled with laughter. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you, but first, Mr. Drew Brees. That's right. It is indeed New Orleans, Thursday, 5 o'clock power hour. Let's get it done. 80 degrees, some sprinkles, a little light rain out there. Be careful if you're driving. We just had Jeff Dorson on the show from the Humane Society of Louisiana. Our fundraiser continues. You heard Jeff. We're not even at $4,000. We need to raise $11,000 by next Friday. We got to raise more than $1,000 a day. We've got to raise more than $1,000 a day to hit the $15,000 goal. Now, I'm going to be pushing it hard all next week. I need your help right now. Please go donate something. Let's save some animals. There's nothing bad about this. You know, you donate to something and you're wondering where the money's going. It's going to the animals, like 96, 97 cents of every dollar. Jeff Dorson, maybe one or two other people make a salary, get paid. Everybody else is a volunteer. And no one, Jeff, I mean, I see how Jeff lives. It's a lot of sacrifice. He's like what our religious leaders should be like, how they should be living. Like Jeff, instead of living better, he saves animals. No, I'm not kidding you. The Jeff Dorson has a lot more integrity, ethics, and morals than a lot of religious leaders who live pretty damn good instead of using that donated money to help people that need it. No, Jeff is relentless. I've called him on a Saturday or a Sunday, and he's come out to help me, rescue some animal. Then he's taking that animal and he's bringing somebody he knows that's a rehabber, and on and on and on. They need our help. They deserve our help. Jeff's been doing it for over 35 years. Please go to their website, humanela.org. The top banner, you'll see Humane May. You'll see me laying on the sofa under a blanket with Blue Boy. Yeah, world famous Blue Boy. Click on that and donate. And please donate generously. Let's raise this money. 766-9480 is the phone number to dial us up. 766-9480. Coach Ogeron back at LSU. I'm not kidding. Lane Kiffin has rehired Ed Ogeron. Coach O, no, back at LSU. He will assist the D-line and recruiting. It's an 8-month, $100,000 deal. He's under contract till January. Beloved by many Tiger fans. Others think maybe his time has passed. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. He's also our in-house sports expert. Mario, what do you think about Coach O returning to LSU?
I think it's a good move. Limited responsibility, but where he specializes with the defensive line and in recruiting, I think it's a low-risk move for Lane Kiffin and LSU that could pay dividends. We'll see.
Nothing to lose here.
Yeah, nothing to lose. Like it would be a lot more controversial if he was like the defensive line coach or the defensive coordinator or something like that.
That would be outrageous. And also maybe tossing his buddy a bone.
Yes.
Where maybe, this is a strange deal. It's 8 months. It's a consulting kind of thing, basically.
Yeah.
But Ogeron would be employed by LSU. So I'm in college football is what he could say to NFL or college teams, coupled with, teams fire coaches looking for staff. It's November. It's December. They're calling Lane Kiffin on an off day. You like this guy? Should we hire him as D-line coach? Something like that.
Yeah, and if LSU's D-line has a good performance, I think fair or unfair, he will get a little bit of credit for that, and it would be good for him in terms of getting another job.
Yeah, LSU has a recruiting coordinator under Lane Kiffin. They not only have a D-line coach, they have an assistant D-line coach.
Yes.
So Ogeron doesn't have any of those titles, right?
No, he doesn't. But if he does a good job and say one of those guys gets like promoted or gets an NFL job or something like that, then maybe there's a conversation for him to go there. But if not, then yeah, he's auditioning for other schools too.
Yeah, he wants to work. The retirement time's done. He said publicly last year, so he wants to work. So either he does well and LSU retains him, or another school hires him, or if he doesn't do well, I guess he just goes away from LSU after January.
Probably.
So no risk here. Is
No.
only a benefit in your mind.
Yeah, I think so. It's a job that doesn't have that much responsibility. I mean, it can help LSU, but I just don't see how it could hurt them.
Coach O, oh no, is back in Baton Rouge. What do you say? 766-9480. 766-9480. Do you like the move? Or do you think Coach Ogeron's time has come and gone and kind of a waste of time? Those termites are swarming. Terminix New Orleans is there to help the innovators. Terminix New Orleans literally did the world's research for combating Formosan termites. Locally owned since 1947, post-World War II, the exact time the port had all these Formosan termites coming in to the city of New Orleans. Almost 80 years in New Orleans, helping New Orleanians with pest problems for generations. Termite swarming season is going on right now. Terminix New Orleans, they came to my house about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, installed the Centricon baiting system around my entire house, my entire garage. Then they put the liquid barrier treatment around my house and my garage. I'm not worried about termites for a second eating my home because Terminix New Orleans is on the job. You can have confidence too. TerminixNOLA.com, roaches, ants, spiders, fleas, ticks, rats, mice, and yeah, termites. TerminixNOLA.com. Corey Johnson with you. Thursday afternoon edition of the program. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. The big news story of the day. Coach Ed Ogeron back at LSU. Lane Kiffin has hired him, kind of a consulting role. He's hired through January, at least $100,000 deal for 8 months. Beloved by many Tiger fans. I would say by most. Other Tiger fans maybe think his time has come and gone. The little things. Helena Moreno gets that part. You know, for a city to operate, the normal things have to be normal. They have to be going on all the time. I use this example all the time. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you'd come in from Mississippi into New Orleans, into Louisiana, the highway just bouncing all over. You come across the twin span from Slidell into New Orleans East, the entire ride in, just highway bouncing from the twin span all the way to the high rise. Just horrible interstate. People would come in from out of town and be like, my God, the interstate in New Orleans is terrible. And it just sends a bad signal. It's like bad airport, first impression, driving in, bad impression when the highway sucks. The interstate, you're in Mississippi, it's fine. You come into Louisiana, it was terrible. Then Louisiana fixed the interstate out there in New Orleans East. It's nice in the East, the I-10. No one comes in from another state and drives on that interstate that's nice now in the East and goes, oh gosh, it's so nice. That's how it's supposed to be. When it was bad, that's a negative. When it's fixed right, that's normal. You don't get a pat on the back or a gold star for doing the normal stuff. But New Orleans struggles mightily with the normal stuff. So Helena Moreno's like, let's tackle the little things, the normal stuff, like streets and potholes and crumbling sidewalks. Interstate lights, street lights all over the city. Let's get them turned on, a lights on initiative. It was somewhere close to 10% of all lights in the city were out. That's crazy. Copper theft, switching to aluminum wiring, things of that nature. Smart. Then this, latest and greatest, she just announced a 2-phase plan to modernize the traffic signals in New Orleans. Phase 1, picking about 25 to 40 intersections, at least 25, as many as 40 intersections, in desperate need of traffic lights being repaired, if not fully replaced. Phase 2, modernizing the traffic signals. GPS, synchronization, dare I say it, of city streets, traffic signals synchronized. And then this one I like a lot. Looking at some traffic signals and wondering if they're needed or not. Would it be better if there was a stop sign there? I mean, I can give you a few examples. Earhart at Broad, that down ramp by the, was it the, I was going to say the Bridge Center or the Bridge Lounge. It's neither. It's the Bridge, whatever, the place for homeless, whatever. Bridge House, the Bridge Lounge. Yeah, that's a good one. The dive bar, which is long gone.
Yes. Oh, wow. That was an actual place.
Yeah, the Bridge Lounge is good. Yeah, about 2 blocks off Callio.
It's a good name.
Like on Chapatoulas magazine in Irish Channel, Lower Garden District. We'll come right back and finish that thought.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the fence man. For over 20 years, the fence man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the fence man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Thefenceman-neworleans.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Simlawn Artificial Turf Custom Golf Putting Green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. NEAUX, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
I'm sorry I never told you, dear. When we were married, your father made me conceal the fact so he could get into country clubs.
It was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do, dear.
On 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday, 766-9480. Tiger fans, what do you think about Ed Ogeron coming back to LSU? Lane Kiffin has hired Ed Ogeron, at least until January. He'll help in recruiting. He'll help coach D-line. LSU has a recruiting coordinator. He's not recruiting coordinator. He's not assistant recruiting coordinator. He's just going to assist. LSU has a defensive line coach and an assistant defensive line coach. Coach Ogeron's not assistant D-line coach. He's essentially a consultant that's going to assist in recruiting and D-line coaching. It's an 8-month deal for about $100,000. Coach Ed Ogeron back at LSU, part of Lane Kiffin's staff, at least indirectly, a consultant at the least. Beloved by many Tiger fans. Is that you? Happy about the hire? 766-9480. 766-9480. Or do you feel his time has come and gone? 766-9480. Love to hear from you, Tiger fans. 766-9480. Yeah, the little things. Mayor Helena Moreno announced a 2-phase plan to modernize traffic signals in New Orleans. You got to like this. You know, this is how we can get to ground zero and then move the city forward. It's hard to move the city forward. Like, hey, let's grow the city. Hopefully Microsoft comes here with 5,000 jobs. When the tax revenue comes in, then we'll fix streets. Then we'll fix traffic lights. Then we'll fix street lights. You can't do it that way. Those are normal things that are supposed to be operating, like buses, police, fire, normal things a city has. When you don't have them, you have major problems. It's glaring. So pothole-laden streets you barely can drive down, that's unacceptable. We had Steve Nelson on the other day. He talked about Bel Air Drive out in Lakeview. I traverse Bel Air Drive maybe once every few years. I would say 99.9% of Metro New Orleans population, 99.9% will not drive down Bel Air Drive between Veterans and Old Hammond Highway in the next year or two, maybe in their life. But that was one of the worst streets in the city for the last few decades, and that's unacceptable. There's some homes on that street that are like north of $1 million. Every home on that street's hundreds of thousands of dollars, many north of 500, 600, 700 grand, some north of $1 million. And you barely can traverse the street, literally the worst street in the city. Go drive down Bel Air in Lakeview over the weekend just to check it out. It's like a tourist thing. Crappiest street maybe in America, in a nice neighborhood, Lakeview. That street's going to get redone. I'm all for that. Do I want Claiborne redone like they recently did? Hell yeah. Claiborne's incredible now. From like the Superdome all the way to Napoleon on both sides, new blacktop, perfect. Could roll a marble down it. I love seeing that. But just because it's not a major thoroughfare that many people drive down doesn't mean it shouldn't be repaired. And the folks on Bel Air Drive in between, Old Hammond Highway, Allen, Toussaint, Old Robert E. Lee, and Vets, they've been waiting a few decades for this. A few decades. No, that street is ridiculous. If you drove down the street in a F-150 Ford at 20 miles an hour, your oil pan would get ripped off before you made it to the other side. So Helena Moreno attacking the streets. We're going to do 300 potholes a day, like acknowledging the problems, coming up with solutions, having goals and how we're going to do it. Fantastic, like long overdue. And it's just being normal. I want to give her a pat on the back. I want to give her a gold star. But these are normal things. Helena Moreno gets it. The little things. So you're fixing streets. You're getting potholes fixed. Steve Nelson joined us yesterday, Deputy Mayor, City of New Orleans, on infrastructure. That FEMA money extension looks like it's going to be a go. It's about $500 million. And in the next 2.5 years, they're going to spend $500 million on streets getting redone in New Orleans. $500 million in the next 2.5 years. That's significant. Mario, we got to pull that clip. Steve Nelson was on yesterday at 5:20. Pull that clip where I'm like, talking to him, and he's acknowledging that it's $400 to $500 million in street repairs, and they're going to get it done in the next 2.5 years by 2028. $500 million almost in street repairs in New Orleans. That's a clip. We should pull that and put that on for tomorrow, for mañana. Thank you, Mario. No, that is beyond significant. So we're getting potholes filled. We're getting FEMA money that Junket Cantrell was letting go away. And Moreno's crew got $500 million resecured, $500 million. And they're going to spend it in 2.5 years, not a decade, or they lose it. And this administration, Steve Nelson's like, there'll be no more extensions. We're not asking for any. We've got a plan. We're going to execute it. We're going to get $500 million in street repairs in New Orleans done in the next 2.5 years. Those are major things. But the potholes, the little things, street lights, I think they're 54,000 in Metro New Orleans, like 8,000 are in need of repair, replacement. So getting the street lights on, the interstate lights on. And now her latest initiative of the little things, announcing a 2-phase plan to modernize Orleans Parish, New Orleans' traffic signals, traffic lights. Sometimes when it rains hard, traffic lights go into this blinking mode, yellow and red. Phase 1, these are smart plans. Check this out. Phase 1, identify a minimum of 25 and as many as 40 intersections in New Orleans that are in desperate need of the traffic signals either being replaced at minimum, being repaired at minimum or replaced, fully replaced. Phase 2 is modernization, GPS, dare I say it, synchronization of traffic signals. You can actually drive down a street and the lights are synchronized. First in New Orleans. And then I love this, looking at some traffic signal intersections and figuring out if some of them, they don't need a traffic signal here. A stop sign would be better. I'll give you a perfect example. It's Felicity and Aretha Castle Haley in Central City. You familiar with that corner, Mario Brothers?
Yes, they have like a boxing event there I go to. Yeah.
There's that, I don't know what that place is. That's all it's modern, new, and the doors are rolled down. Sweet bread or sweet something on that one corner. Caddy corner from like Cafe Roma was there. I forget what restaurant's there. Some pizza joint or something. And then there's like a Union Hall. And then you've got the maybe like a Liberty Bank, that art building where the artist lofts are. So it's the corner of Felicity and Aretha Castle Haley. There's no reason a traffic light should be there at all. It should not exist. It's no reason. Go to that intersection. You sit at the red light, and there's no cars coming in either direction. That should be a 4-way stop sign. That by definition, and the traffic signal's relatively new. They literally could recycle it. Go put it somewhere where an old traffic signal exists. It's pretty new. I'd say that traffic light at Aretha Castle Haley and Felicity's less than 5 years old. And it does not need to be there at all. That one's, I bet my career on it. 110% does not need to be there. A prime candidate for a 4-way stop sign. I would argue Earhart by the Bridge House, Earhart by Broad Street down ramp, that traffic signal, at least part of it, does not need to be there. It used to not be there. You just come down the ramp and fade onto Earhart. Earhart obviously has the right of way. Yeah, it's a yield sign there. Maybe the next intersection, you got that's how you get to, the 504 Golf, the Burlington Coat Factory, the Bridge House is right there. Maybe that light needs to stay. But the one at the bottom of the bridge is a joke. That does not need to be there. Just a yield sign for the bridge. And then I would argue as you continue down Earhart, in between Allen, Tucson, and Carrollton, old Jeff Davis and Carrollton, in between like old Blue Plate Mayonnaise and that Shell station on Carrollton, you have like, I think Pine and Broadway by the little cement mixing plant right there on Earhart. They don't need traffic lights there either. Stop signs. And stop signs for Pine and Broadway, not Earhart. Earhart, you go right through there. They do not need traffic signals. They don't need a light with the arrow, none of that. Keep the turning lane. You turn when you can go. It's as simple as that. No, there's a few traffic signals in New Orleans that do not need to be there. And Aretha Castle Haley and Felicity is definitely 110% four-way stop. No, I like that they're looking into that. That's smart. It's not there. Hey, we did it already. The power's hooked up. Leave it. It costs money, energy bill. It costs money to put it up, to maintain it, to replace it. If it doesn't need to be there, get rid of it. The little things, Helena Moreno, her administration, tackling the little things. That's how you do it.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the fence man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers. Uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. Because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and river parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleanian. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady.
Yeah, you're right. Corey Johnson back at you. Our Humane May fundraiser going on right now. HumaneLA.org is the website, HumaneLA.org. Top banner, Humane May. Click on it. You'll see me laying on the sofa with Blue Boy under a blanket. Click on that and donate. We're trying to save animals. HumaneLA.org. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls. Fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Rouse's Markets has crawfish live by the sack and hot from the pot right now. Get them hot from the pot, ready to eat, peel, eat, and enjoy. Or for your crawfish boil live by the sack. Rouse's Markets during crawfish season. Coach Ed Ogeron rehired by LSU. Coach O is back. A lot of Tiger fans love it. Some Tiger fans, no comprendo. That's me. But the more I think about it, first off, I think it's pretty harmless. It's like a consulting gig. Lane Kiffin has a D-line coach and an assistant D-line coach. Lane Kiffin has a recruiting coordinator and an assistant recruiting coordinator. Ed Ogeron's title is neither of those. He's a consultant. He's going to help with the D-line and recruiting. It's an 8-month, $100,000 deal. I think it's Lane Kiffin's way of tossing a bone back to his buddy that he's worked with in the past. Ed Ogeron has a job in football, could vault him to a D-line job at a college, maybe in January when the contract ends, or if Ed Ogeron does some things that were just like, fantastic for the program and Lane Kiffin points to Ogeron for that success. Maybe they re-sign him to a longer-term deal. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, what's your take? Our in-house sports expert on LSU and the rehiring of Ed Ogeron.
I like it. Like you said, I don't think it's going to, meddle that much in like the daily operations. He's not even technically a member of the staff, but it's specializing in recruiting and with defensive line areas that he's been pretty good at. So I think it's a good low-risk move by LSU.
Nothing to lose. What about the baggage of, how he left LSU, sexual harassment crap that he was part of, all of those types of things.
I
No
think
big deal?
that's irrelevant because that was under Woodward and just different people, different players. This is kind of a new chapter of LSU. I don't think any of that stuff's really going to come into play, and I don't think the players are going to care either. I think the players are going to, hold him in high regard because of what he did do at LSU.
Is he out of touch? The Black Lives Matter protest, that was kind of the beginning of the end for him as coach at LSU. Some said he didn't relate to today's players, too old school, like, not worried about Black Lives Matter, get to work, we got to practice. Will the players relate to this guy? He's still relatable?
I don't think that's a factor. He probably could have exercised better judgment back then for sure, but I don't think these guys really care. That was a long time ago.
And it's not like he's going to be recruiting in someone's dining room anymore or on the field with the D-line pushing them around, really.
No,
right?
no. And I think he brings specific strengths. Like, he has good relationships with all the high school coaches across Louisiana. Like, I could see a lot of ways, like little ways it could help LSU. I don't see any way it could harm them.
He's got connections with Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi coaches.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, him and Lane
Tennessee.
Kiffin. Yeah, him and Lane Kiffin, good friends. Ed was a position coach for Lane at Tennessee, at USC, and he almost hired him at LSU. People forget that, but when Coach O took over, his plan was to hire Lane Kiffin as offensive coordinator, and Lane was going to come, in part, I think, just to stick it to Nick Saban. But that's when FAU offered him the head coaching job, and he had to take that. So they ended up hiring Matt Canada. Coach O let him go, which was a good move. Then they got Joe Brady, and the rest is history.
Let's see. Kiffin, Ogeron, 2026. Make the Tigers.
Don't read that on the air.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yes, don't read that on the air. They actually made that into a shirt. Yeah, don't. Yeah. The whole neck.
I don't
thing.
get it.
Because it's when they play neck, they chant something, and the shirt is a play on words on the chant.
It's a chant on that. I got you.
Yes. No.
Yeah, don't read that on air.
No. Well,
you weren't even looking at it.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic here, like, people get so offended at that. Oh my God, profanity. And now it's gone overboard. When they used to do that, they didn't play neck that much, only like special occasions, if they were beating Alabama, if they were about to go undefeated. And then just a student section would, use the profanity. But now the whole stadium does it. They do it off key. They just play it too much. Now it's gone overboard. But there was a time I did enjoy the profanity, but it's gone too far now.
Well, even the LSU, they'll throw profanity in that too.
Exactly. Songs that don't even have like the chant involved, they do it. It's dumb. It's gone overboard.
At the end, when you're supposed to be saying LSU and you're saying something else, it's not good.
In other words, I'm not somebody who's, oh my God, against cursing. I'm repulsed, but I still think that
No,
shirt
I'm a
is
Yaddy New Orleanian. I curse all the time off the air, but not in front of like children, grandparents, women. Not in a pub. I'm not going to be in a restaurant and be loud and curse.
And some stuff.
Where other people hear it.
Yeah, some stuff's just in poor taste. Like, I think that shirt's
exactly.
a little.
That's poor taste. No, it is. I mean, you got grandparents, you got children there.
Yeah.
Women. Show a little class.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. Don't buy that shirt. And definitely don't read that on the air.
No, I'm not gonna. Hey, New Orleans, if you need to get your house painted inside or out, or business, and you want a professional painter that's going to do the job right, I got the professional painter for you. Kevin and his crew with CertaPro New Orleans will take care of your painting job. They're coming out to my house. The fence man put up a nice cedar fence at my house. I mean, when I'm talking about these folks on the air, I know these folks. I'm experienced with them. They're the best at what they do. The fence man is as the best at putting up fences. There might be someone as good. There's no one better. Automatic Gates, the fence man, put up about 125 feet of cedar fence in my yard, capped, beautiful. I'm going to stain it the same color as my house. And Kevin and his crew at CertaPro New Orleans, they're going to handle the job. And then, like a dummy, and it's just a fact. I'm not making this up for some radio commercial. Like a dummy, I had a handyman that I used around my house, who, by the way, is MIA now. Him and his crew just missing in action. I had them paint my house. And they didn't sand it right. They didn't prime it right. And they obviously didn't paint it right. Because I used the best paint available. Benjamin Moore, lifetime guarantee. Regal Select from Helm Paint and Decorating. They did me right. They didn't do anything wrong. I'm buying that paint again for CertaPro New Orleans to use on my house. But they're going to come in and correct all the problems, stain my fence, take care of me. They'll take care of you. No, I should have done it right the first time. Don't make the mistake I made and have a handyman paint your house. Get it done right with professional painters. All they do is paint. They're not doing construction. They're not doing roofs or windows. They'll paint the interior or exterior of your house. One room, you want to liven up the kitchen. Get a bathroom looking right. Need just one part of the outside of the house taken care of. Certa Pro New Orleans can handle the job. Get in touch with them. neworleans.certapro.com. neworleans.certapro.com. Looks like Tulane is out and that Ted's Frost Stop building will remain. It's been around since 1950. I like that they're keeping that building. It's iconic. It's, going on nearly 80 years old. Tearing it down for like a 3-story building. There's enough room in other places. You want to get creative? That drive-through bank. Talk to them. We're going to build the 3-story, parking and apartments above your parking lot. And you tunnel under our building to get to the drive-through bank. There's other space available. There's other buildings around there that are worthless, that are crappy, that have no architectural significance. Get rid of them. But no, the Ted Frost Top, it's kind of funny, Mario. It's like a lot of these uptown people fighting for it. Last time they went to Ted's Frost Top was the Jimmy Carter administration, Haven't been in 50 years. But they don't want it torn down.
No, it's iconic. Like you said, I went to my first Tulane game at Yeoman Stadium this year, and I went there. So, yeah, I'm glad they kept it.
I got a buddy who goes every morning.
Jeez.
Every morning. He lives in the neighborhood. He walks over there, gets a cup of coffee, probably like eggs or bacon or something like that. I mean, I don't know how you screw up bacon, eggs, toast, stuff like that. I would do that. I don't know if I'd go eat burgers and fries and stuff at Ted's Frost Top. I'm not saying it's like going to be nasty or horrible. I just don't know if it's going to be good.
I hear you. I love Frost
I wish you would. You do like Ted's Frost Stop?
Yes.
It's really good.
I love Frost. They used to have one on Williams by my house. They
And
don't
the one uptown's just the same, just as good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there was one on Williams. There was one on Causeway by Jefferson Highway at Causeway.
Yeah, the one closest to me now might be either there or in Destrehan. They have one in Destrehan.
So you're saying I should give it another try?
Yeah, dude.
It's probably been 50 years.
Get you a Lotto burger, some cheese fries. I think
it's probably been 50 years.
Jeez. Yeah, OG. My parents used to eat at the original one in Baton Rouge.
Where that bank drive-through drive up is that I was talking about, where they could build in the parking lot, these apartments above the bank drive-through. That was a Roy Rogers when I was a kid. Roy Rogers.
Never heard of that.
Yep. I don't know if Roy Rogers still exists, Mario Brothers. I don't think so. Do you know who Roy Rogers is?
No idea.
You have no idea?
Nope.
Yep. Mario's 31 years old. So Dale Evans would be a no as well.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints, locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and river parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters. With care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com. The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLA,
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spot. TM-AC.com, your cool spot.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints, locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and river parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters have been part of countless memories. Freshly painted nurseries, bright, welcoming kitchens, family rooms filled with laughter. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters. With care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You could say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy! Good buddy.
I spent a lot of money and I spent
Mario, you like Reeling in the Years. You like Steely Dan.
Yes, that's some like all-time elite, any era. Like that's some awesome guitar work right
Yeah,
there.
Walter Becker was very, very good. They had another cat in the band too, another like co-lead guitarist. They were both ridiculously good. A lot of
Yeah.
talent. I saw them at Red Rocks in Denver, that outdoor venue. Pretty good.
That must have been awesome.
Yep. They were up in age a little bit, but they were still pretty good.
I bet. I mean,
Walter Becker passed away, which sucks because he was phenomenal guitar.
R.I.P. Legend.
Yep. Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
I love this song. I told you I recently discovered it, but I absolutely love this song.
Yep. Mario Brothers is 31 years old. You recently discovered who Roy Rogers is.
Yes, Western legend.
Yep.
Apparently.
Back in the day. Dale Evans, by the way, was his wife, I believe.
Gotcha.
Dale Evans.
Actor and restaurateur.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, they had fried chicken and burgers, I think. I don't remember it being anything really good.
Hard to mess up.
Yeah, I think it was just a mediocre place. They went out of business. There's no more Roy Rogers.
R.I.P.
Yep. Corey Johnson with you, 5 o'clock powwow on a Thursday afternoon, about 80 degrees, some sprinkles out there. That we're like in monsoon season, it feels like. For another week to 10 days, rinse and repeat, same weather forecast, like 75 to start the day, going up into the mid to high 80s, rain forecast every single day. I hope this weekend we get a lot of overnight rain if we have to have the rain, because it's like the 51st year, if I'm not mistaken, 52nd year of Greek Fest in New Orleans. They do that at Bayou St. John, almost to the lake. Bayou St. John at Allen Tucson, old Robert E. Lee, Wisner, St. Bernard Avenue. You know the Greek church. They got the Greek church. They got the Hellenic Cultural Center and the grounds. And it's all Greek. This is one thing I like about Greek Fest. They never sold out. I like crawfish sacks, but they don't sell crawfish sacks for you to eat there. You know, crawfish Monica or crawfish bread or something like that. They don't have a hot sausage po' boy. And they don't have trombone shorty. They have Greek music, Greek band. They literally bring in Greek bands from around the country, the Northeast, Ohio, even Europe, from Greece. So there'll be real Greek music, and the food is all Greek food. And these spigots of lamb that are turning over charcoal, and they're just slicing up the lamb. You buy it by the pound. I think they had goat burgers they introduced about a decade ago. Spanakopita. You go inside the Hellenic Cultural Center. They've got like a buffet with just all kind of stuff. And these women, I would say the majority of them 50, 60 plus, some are 70, 80, 90 years old, for the last few days leading up to Greek Fest, like all week long at the Hellenic Cultural Center. They're in there, you know, making all kind of Greek pastries by hand, by scratch. You can get them in a box, pick out whatever Greek pastries you want. No, I hope the rain subsides. They open up the gates tomorrow around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, go to like 11 at night, and they go all day Saturday into the night and all day Sunday into the night. I'll tell you what, as summer approaches, laying out on the bayou around 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, eating lamb by the pound, pretty damn cool. Hopefully the rain subsides over the weekend and Greek Fest goes off without a hitch. Like any of these festivals, you know, Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, obviously the massive ones, but Greek Fest, you know, the smaller ones, people put in a lot of time and effort, a lot of money spent, a lot of preparation. They prepare all year for it, for 3 days. And to see it get rained out or something like that would suck, even one day. So go check out Greek Fest this weekend. Pretty cool. The Greek community in New Orleans is incredibly tight. The Greek church in New Orleans, the oldest Greek church in the Western Hemisphere. A lot of history with the Greek community here in New Orleans. Hey, not too far from Greek Fest, the Steak Knife in Lakeview on Harrison Avenue. Get there tonight for dinner. Boy, is the Steak Knife good. Start off with some seafood gumbo, maybe the crab meat au gratin, and then, I don't know, the steakhouse salad, one of their 5 or 6 salads. I love the creamy Italian homemade dressing, outstanding. I usually get the prime New York strip, but sometimes I'll get the prime ribeye. They've got a petite filet, a big filet. You want to get speckled trout with jumbo lump crab meat? That would be the Gulf Fish Robert. The Steak Knife tonight for dinner. They've only been at it since 1971. They've only been at it for 55 years, the Roth family. Still run by the Roth family. Guy Roth, who's been out front for 40 years. He'll be there tonight. Bobby Roth, who's been flipping steaks in the kitchen for 40 years. He'll be back there tonight. The Steak Knife in Lakeview. Cool bar scene, too. Cool bar scene. 5 o'clock power hour on a Thursday. My goodness. Fantasy Friday already? Tomorrow? Mañana? Es loco. Hey, speaking of tomorrow and this weekend, besides Greek Fest, Art and Eyes is having a tremendous sale. They have hundreds of frames for $99. They're marked down to $99. These frames range in price from a few $100s to over $1,000 just for the frames. And they're $99. An incredible sale. Don't go online. Don't go to the shopping mall. Don't waste your money. Get to Art and Eyes on Magazine for eyewear and sunglasses. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. That's Blue Boy saying have a great day. See you tomorrow. Humane May going on. Donate.
On the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM. WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.